Now at 10, after record highs across the region, we are currently dropping about 60 degrees tonight. I'm going to have those details.
KDOT makes a change of plans for the Crawford County Corridor project, and visitors to Galena, Kansas can take a walk on the retro side of Route 66.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, the temperature is plummeting this evening as a cold front moves through our area. This is KOIM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. Let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, and if we look at this year's pattern, this is the same cold front that rolled through right around January 14th that gave us those extremely cold conditions. It's a little modified this time of the year, but we're doing it again. 83 was a record high. We didn't just break a record, we blew it out of the water, beat it by 7 degrees, and we are going to drop a total of about 60 degrees tonight. We're already down to 41 in Joplin, 36 in Pittsburgh. Look at this cold air plummeting in. We're below freezing in our northern counties. You can see the moisture picking up in our northern counties, and this is all light snow showers that are going to be pushing through. So we are going to have some minor impacts from this, especially Yates Center, Fredonia, Chanute, Iola, Fort Scott, Nevada, as we go through the overnight hours tonight. On top of that, we have the wind. So wind chill factors down into the single digits by morning. Of course, I'm going to break all this down for you coming up here in a bit.
We'll catch in a few, and a quick reminder, you can know about today's weather with the KOIM Skywatch weather app anytime, anywhere. You can get those severe weather updates sent straight to your phone free of charge. Apple App Store, Google Play Store. Check out the QR code on your screen or go to KOIM Skywatch weather app. Today is National Retro Day, but a store in Galena, Kansas along Route 66 celebrates that day every day. Gearhead Curios has a variety of vintage items, many of which were gifted to the store owner. KOIM's Fernandez Silva shows us how visitors can travel back in time.
This is the sound customers are coming in to explore this store on Route 66 and hear a story.
English, and I translated Italian.
Aaron Perry is the owner of Gearhead Curious. He's also the storyteller that welcomes thousands of visitors every month from all over the globe. People who are traveling on America's Main Street and also in time.
Here you have a lot of items that they look old school. How do you get them?
You're pointing at my fireplace, which is a 1933 Chevy that my dad and I cut out of the woods, and I put the fireplace insert in, and I built the infinity mirror. So it's kind of retro cool, but with a twist to it.
And even the restroom here is an attraction itself. This is how you flush it. And to wash your hands, you use a gas pump nozzle.
His creativity goes a long way.
I tell people that I get to offer an escape from reality to the people that are traveling back to nostalgic America.
But sometimes he also gets help.
My ceiling is covered with license plates that travelers have gifted me. And one guy stuck $1 on the wall and told me, this is how you start something. And now I have money from all over the world.
But clients also come from short distances. Galena resident Gabrielle Richards and her partner were enjoying the sunny, warm day and decided to stop by.
It's just amazing because, you know, they're so excited and we're like, oh, this is just Galena, you know, like we get so used to everything and they are so excited and it's amazing.
I'm here every day. When that traveler comes through, they're on a one-day adventure or maybe a 1 month or something like that. They get to experience that and let their mind wander and time travel, and I get to offer that every day. It is so cool.
A time travel, he says, that allows him to live his dreams every day. In Galena, Fernanda Silva, KOIM News.
Gearhead Curios in Galena is open Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Plans for a new bypass on Highway 69 near Pittsburgh are headed back to the drawing board. KDOT today held a lunch at the Crestwood Country Club in Pittsburgh. There they announced they're stopping progress on the Western Alignment Plan for the Crawford County Corridor in response to feedback. All options are back on the table, including a possible Western alignment. They also announced a new corridor study to reevaluate their options. That study is going to be broken into 2 phases. The first will collect traffic and safety data as well as public input. The second will develop plans to move forward.
Today is not a public meeting. Today is what I would call a stakeholder meeting. We are meeting very specifically with the US 69 Association, which have advocated for this project for decades, and really improvements on the entire US 69 corridor from Kansas City all the way down to the Oklahoma border. We appreciate everything that they do to bring the communities along, to help understand the needs of the communities and bring those to us.
That new study is expected to take 12 to 18 months to complete. It's been just more than a month since a pipe burst at the Jasper County Courthouse in Carthage. Since then, the building has dried out and damaged materials, including ceiling tiles, subflooring, drywall, and electronics, have been removed. Nearly 1/3 of the courthouse offices were affected, including the county collector's office. Officials are now looking to start rebuilding those offices in the coming weeks.
I'll talk to the adjuster through the commission and see what their budget is, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
But the goal is, and what I'm tasked with doing, is putting it right back the way it was before.
Sure.
And that's really what I want to do. I liked what we had.
Yeah.
We want to go right back to where we were.
Now, if you do need to access the collector's office or any other office affected by the water damage, officials say the Joplin offices are the best place to conduct business. You can also conduct much of your business online. Chetopa, Kansas is losing its only grocery store. The employees of Chetopa Foods and Deli are waiting for the signal to close shop for good. And Chetopa residents are prepping for a new reality of living in a food desert. Kevin Vaughn, an employee for 3 years, says the owner of the grocery store made the decision to shut down the business but has not picked a date.
He lives in New York, so he's here and there. He's a truck driver, so he's too busy actually, I think, to actually sit down and think it over right now. He's just going by what the store's doing today.
Now, we don't have contact information for the owner, but the employees we spoke with believe the store will close within the coming months. City of Pittsburgh tees up a groundbreaking ceremony on a new mini golf facility. City officials, key stakeholders, donors, and the community came out to celebrate and share details about the project at the Four Oaks Golf Course. Private donations and grant funding made the facility possible.
There's not a lot to do for the, 7 to 27 crowd. There's, you have adult golf or youth sports, but for entertainment wise, and we envision, the high schools being able to have like senior night out here on, on a Friday night or something like that, or stay open for them to give that age group a little bit more to do.
The new mini golf facility is expected to open by summer of 2024. The Lady Lions head home after a 15-game road trip. John's going to have highlights from the doubleheader homestand coming up later in sports. But up first, authorities respond to a truck crashing into a restaurant in Neosho, Missouri.
Okay, we may have gone a little BB per pound double cheeseburger.
Former President Donald Trump and his one-time ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, battled it out in Michigan's Republican presidential primary today. Polls have closed and CBS News projects Trump has won that primary. Skylar Henry has the latest.
CBS News projects former President Donald Trump has defeated Nikki Haley in Michigan's Republican primary, bringing him closer to securing the GOP nomination for president. The contest in the Wolverine state comes a week before more than a dozen states go to the polls on Super Tuesday. Earlier, at a campaign stop in Colorado, supporters urged Haley to stay in the race despite the odds.
All right, y'all, I'm still standing here.
At her polling place, Teresita Fox said she's backing Trump.
The best is to make us safe, especially in our neighborhood. Wherever you live, it's chaos.
On the Democratic side, Michigan's primary presents a key political test for the Biden campaign. The state has the largest concentration of Arab Americans in the country. many angry about the president's position on the war in Gaza.
We want to pressure him to call for an immediate and permanent ceasefire.
This Dearborn resident said she would vote uncommitted as a protest against candidates on the ballot.
When it comes down to, like what the choice is in November, I think they'll choose to vote for democracy.
In 2016, Donald Trump became the first Republican to carry Michigan in the general election since 1988. Joe Biden reclaimed the state for Democrats in 2020, helping him defeat Trump. Skyler Henry, CBS News, Washington.
Including Michigan, Trump has now swept the first 5 states on the Republican primary calendar. CBS News also projects President Joe Biden wins the Democratic primary in Michigan. A federal judge today sentenced a Carthage man to prison for child pornography. 36-year-old James Beam pled guilty to 1 count of receiving and distributing child porn after sending an explicit video to an undercover FBI agent last September. Beam will serve 12 years in federal prison with 20 years of supervised release afterward. Authorities responded to a wildland fire in Morse Park today. The call came in about 1:30 this afternoon. When firefighters arrived, flames were rushing through the wildland brush, burning leaves and ground cover quickly. They started a backfire line to help control the blaze. Authorities worked hotspots for hours and about 30 acres burned in that Neosho, Missouri park. No homes or buildings were damaged, and the cause of the fire is unknown. Authorities respond to a call concerning a truck crashing through the wall of a Denny's in Neosho this morning. This is not supposed to be a drive-through restaurant. The call came just before 7. Neosho police said the driver accidentally hit the gas instead of the brake. The truck made it all the way into the lobby area through the south outer wall. No one was injured, fortunately, remarkably. Denny's says it will remain closed, at least for now, because they have some work to do. High school basketball season heads deeper into the playoffs. John has details from the night's biggest matchups a little bit later in sports.
Plus, temperatures continue to drop across the region. We're going to look at that coming up.
Services at alliance.org/eclipse and join us.
Well, already we've seen huge changes throughout the day after we smashed record highs across the region, got into the mid 80s, and now we are dropping very, very quickly and going to continue to as we go through the rest of the overnight hours tonight. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course, Indigo, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. We had some thunderstorms that fired up earlier this evening, a few near Nevada. Had a little cluster that got going near Joplin Road, right along that I-44 corridor. Any thunderstorms are out of here at this point in time, but what we are seeing behind this is some light snow showers which have been picking up, especially in our northern counties. So here's Nevada up toward Butler, Fort Scott, Iola, Chanute, Fredonia, Yates Center getting little snow showers. This isn't going to amount to much, but as this continues to track farther east, will most likely affect Erie, Girard, maybe even Pittsburgh, Nevada, Lamar, Stockton. So don't be surprised if you see a few slick spots on the roads. I know that's kind of crazy when you go into the mid 80s, but temperatures definitely have been dropping very quickly. Severe weather in the Great Lakes and then down through the Ohio River Valley. You can see that band of snow behind this storm system. And look at our temperatures. It's 35 in Nevada, Pittsburgh 36. We're down to 30 in Iola, Joplin 41, 49 in Anderson. So we've already dropped in most areas 40 to 50 degrees. Here's this very intense front at 17, Des Moines 11 in North Platte. Sioux City is sitting at 14 degrees. Now on top of that, check this out. We got these strong northwesterly winds sustained at about 20 to 30. So you're getting gusts on top of that, 35 upwards to 40, 45 miles per hour. And of course, as the winds stay strong throughout the overnight hours, if you combine cold temperatures and a lot of wind, you get the really low wind chill. So wind chill factors by morning, 6, 7, 8 degrees. So it's going to be bitterly cold. Make sure you bundle up when you head out during the morning hours. All right, let me take you through the rest of the night. Snow showers move out. Actual temperature drops, lower 20s. By noon, we do get sunshine It's going to be breezy throughout the day, but the winds will diminish throughout the day. Mid-30s by noon. I think most of us 42, 43 degrees for an afternoon high. Tomorrow night, we go back down, upper 20s for overnight lows. And then as we go into Thursday, we bounce back into the mid-50s, but you can see clouds start to increase. Weak little wave. May get a few sprinkles. Here's Thursday evening into Thursday night, and then gone by the time we head into Friday morning. All right, your day planner for your Wednesday. 20s in the morning, 30s by noon, high temp of 44 degrees. Now, if you don't like the cold, if you want the warm temperatures back, check this out. We're going to stop this Saturday afternoon. We're back into the mid-70s. So even though it's much colder, it doesn't last long. 44 tomorrow. Again, wind chill factors at about 5 degrees in the morning. 55 by noon. And then as we get all the way into the weekend, let's see if I can get that popped up. That was my bad. As we get into the weekend, back into the upper 70s for highs. Rain chances back in on Monday.
I'm going to have my hearing checked because it sounded like you said that the highs today were in the 80s and tomorrow morning we could have lows in the 20s and wind chills in the single digits.
Yeah, your hearing's great.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Despite my age. Thanks, I guess. Hey, if you're looking for a good cause and a whole lot of fun in the process, the Community Blood Center of the Ozarks has just the thing for you. Successful donors in March and April will receive the Ozarks Adventure Pass. That means free admission to the Discovery Center in Springfield, the Scott Family Museum in Bentonville, Beyond the Lens in Branson, and Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Just go to KOAMNewsNow.com for information on scheduling a donation. Still ahead, Missouri Southern Softball plays a doubleheader for its home opener, and Pittsburgh boys basketball begins its playoff run tonight. John Dales has those stories and a lot more coming up next.
Associates will never charge.
It's a beautiful day for softball in the 4 states, and after playing its first 15 games of the 2024 season on the road, Missouri Southern has a home opener this afternoon, a doubleheader against Delta State. And the Lions get the afternoon started the right way. They shut out the Lady Statesmen 5-0 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Kiki Pickens has the start. She goes the entire game without allowing a run, strikes out 4 and allows 3 hits to get the win. The Lions win their first home game of the year. On to game 2, windy day in Joplin. To pick it up in the bottom of the first, Taylor Knuckles skies this pitch to deep center field. That's going to drop over the center fielder's head. She motors around to third. As she slides in safely, the throw goes out of play, so she gets to go home. Now to the second inning, still 1-0 until Hannah Dunn smashes this pitch to deep center. That's gone for a 3-run homer. Lions far from done. Same inning, Knuckles back up, and she goes up the middle and through. Base hit, 2 more Lions come in to score. It's 6-0, and they're still not done. Still same inning, different pitcher, same result. Abby DeSanto rips a double into left center. Bases loaded and all 3 runners come in to score. 15 Lions come to the plate and 10 runs score in the second inning. Southern wins 11-0 and sweeps the doubleheader. Busy night for high school basketball across the 4 states. We start with Pittsburgh boys hoops, who begin their playoff journey tonight at home. Pittsburgh at home for a sub-state semifinal against Spring Hill. The winner advances to Friday night. First 3 points of the game belong to the Purple Dragons, courtesy of a Jaden Brown 3. Next time down the floor, Brown open in the same corner, and it's money again. Pittsburgh quickly up 6-0. Little later in the first, Brown with the rejection, and now the Purple Dragons off to the races. Mason English finishes the fast break with the layup. But now Aiden Gazaway heats up in the second quarter. The 6'7" junior, nothing but net for 3. Next possession, he's open again and drills it again. That's part of 3 consecutive made 3-pointers from him. Right before half, long outlet pass. English ahead to Gazaway. He rises up and slams with 2 hands. Purple Dragons sprint past Spring Hill, 71-58. They'll play in the sub-state title game on Friday. And at halftime of tonight's Pittsburgh boys basketball playoff game, Purple Dragon offensive lineman Aiden Davis receives an official invite to the 2024 Shrine Bowl. He's the 59th Purple Dragon to be selected to the Kansas High School East-West All-Star Game. That's third most of any schools in Kansas, and the game is on June 29th in Emporia. Here are a few more scores of playoff basketball in the area. Chanute girls hoops, massive upset of 5th-seeded Wamego. Labette County girls also win at home. That sets up a sub-state championship between the two of them Friday. In that same 4A sub-state tournament, top-seeded Fort Scott takes care of business. The Lady Tigers host a sub-state championship Friday as well. Then back over to Southwest Missouri. College Heights boys basketball wins again. Cougars beat Blue Eyes 61-51. They move on to the Class II quarterfinals against Hartville on Saturday. The long and short of it is a lot of our high school basketball teams are still winning deep into the playoffs.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for those schools. We'll see what comes next.
Yes.
We'll be right back. Pinned on us for new
Four-state hero.
If you haven't been outside for the last few hours, you might want to just open your door or your window for a moment to see what we're talking about. My gosh, the temperature has plummeted. The wind is howling, and temperatures are going to keep dropping for the next number of hours.
I haven't been outside, not since I got here.
Yeah, you wore your
My
shorts.
computer,
You wore shorts
I did.
to work today, Doug.
I did, and wear them home proudly. But yes, it's super cold outside for us right now. We're dropping back into the 30s, but it's the wind. So already we have wind chill factors into the teens. Those will drop single digits later on tonight. Sunshine tomorrow, but a high of only 44, but back near 80 by the weekend.
That's just nuts.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Final sports note.
Pittsburgh State softball plays its home opener, another doubleheader against Delta State as well. That's tomorrow afternoon.
Look forward to that. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.
Captioning is brought